Hello everybody, I'm still getting over my cold. Time once again to do some daily targets from the past from CSSBattle.dev. These are from October 26th, 27th, and 28th of October 2023. Let's get started. All right, definitely one that gives me trepidation. It feels like these 45-degree rotated ones have been giving me a lot of trouble lately. And I guess they always did. But that's kind of how it goes, right? Because of the complexity and difficulty of the task itself. So I'm going to start by doing a display flex aligned item center, justify content center, just to make it easy on ourselves. That's pretty heavy code for our purposes, but I feel like it's going to be good. So interestingly, that 140 or the 100, which appears to be what the inner part is, but it's a little bigger than that. So 3, 4. So let's see the diff. And if we do this right, then we should see no. And is it an even 200? We should see no edge, and we almost don't see any edge. I'm not totally happy with that, but it seems to be fine. So next seems to be a kind of gradient to me. Let's take a look. We're going to put it in an up corner, and we're going to say 100 pixels, 100 pixels, and no repeat. So if I put black and black, then we'll see exactly, because I've set it at no repeat, then I can get the kind of the sense of the thing. So let's do this color, comma this color, which is the pale green, let's say. Let's see if we can get the background size right. And is it 150? Sure, it looks like it's 150. Okay, so if that's 150, then what we need is 4 colors alternating. And I'm not looking too carefully, but it's going to be 0. It's going to be 25%, 0, 50%, 0, 75%, 0. And then that gives us a checkerboard. In this case, that's pretty good checkerboard. So now we need an at. Okay, and I'm using an at value that's exactly what it normally would be. So let's see if we can change those percentages and get it in the right place. 40, 30, 35, 36, 5, 34, 33. So 33.3. Still getting over my cold. 33.3%. That could be right. That could be right. All right. So that's our shape. We rotated this box, and just to show you, there's the box, and that's the background. Let's see if that's 100%. Excuse me. If we find that that is 100%, then we're good to go. If we're not, then we're not quite happy yet. And no, we are not quite happy yet, which is, unfortunate. So is the problem the numbers? So what is that? 670 pixels, 60, 50, and 50. Let's try that instead of the percentages there. Is that 100% match? It is not. So now we're in our standard unhappy pickle. It doesn't like the conic gradient is not doing what I wish it would do in this case, and that's unfortunate. So what are we doing differently? What might we do differently? We could create the shape without the rotate. I feel like the rotate is the problem, and there's your pretty look and feel. Could we do this with linear gradients on the background? Could we do this with conic gradients on the background? Let's try it with conic. What are we going to try here? Goodness gracious. All right, how about, what if we just tweak these numbers a little bit? How about 5, 199.5, 6, 7, terrible. So we just keep seeing the little bits of line there, even though I think, strictly speaking, we have what we want. What if I do a margin of 0? Does that help anything at all? No, it does not. Not that I can see. That doesn't appear to be different. In addition, it seems like with this conic gradient, we've got a further problem. What if, okay, so here's another issue. So what if instead of red on the element, we use transparent? So the 8 numbers, we'll try the colors that begin with 8, which is that red. Let's see if that's any different. Nope. Sad, 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 sad. All right, so we cheese it. Let's do some linear gradients. Just to start with, linear gradient, 45 degrees. We're going to be red, transparent, red again. Okay. Plug some numbers in. See if we can do 30. And then I'm going to put that yellow in the background. I would like to align that as fully as possible. 29.5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Okay. And then I think that means that this number is going to be 60.2% and 0. No, that's not what that means. That's going to be 70.2. All right, and then we drop in the same thing again with minus 45 degrees. All right, and there's a little line there. Are those slightly different numbers? Let's find out. 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. How about 30? Oh, 29.9. Maybe is slightly better. 1, 69.9. 8. Nope, that's worse. 70.1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Not great. Not great at all. Not loving this. All right, what do we do next? That's what we're kind of sure of, but not really sure of. So how about a background that's conic that is from here to here? So what I would like is a conic gradient that starts here, goes down to here, and then repeats. So let's see what we can do there. So I think we do need this. But the conic gradient is a different thing. So conic gradient, we're going to say from 45 degrees, and we're going to put it in the upper corner, 100 pixels, 100 pixels, and no repeat, just for our sanity. And what are the color stops? The color stops are transparent, 25%. This color, 0, 50%. Transparent again, 0, 75%. And then that color again. I think it's on my clipboard, but too late. Okay, how do we line that? Can we do 50%, 50%? Sure, and then we make it bigger. Okay, so conceptually we're sort of in the right spot, but the sizing is wrong, right? So it needs to be only as tall as the square on its side. So let's turn this into a var so we don't drive ourselves too crazy. Var dash dash h, or no, h dash dash h is 200 pixels, let's say. And then we're going to set this background var dash dash h, and the same thing again. Basically, we're trying to use math to make our life a little easier. Okay, 150. And then we're going to put this red way in the background so that we can see some contrast. Okay, how about 140? Is 140 the number? It might be the number. So if we move this over, so if we set that, so there's our recurring pattern. Now let's move it over. What if we do, try some even number, like 75%. So the vertical is fine. I think what we want to do is here. 25, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, how about 0 pixels? 0, 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50, 45, no, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The closer we get to all black, the closer we are. 58, 59, 60. And then let's put back that background. That's another way to do it. Although there is a visible wobble there, which is very, 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 very disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing. Okay. So what now? What, pray tell, now? Because that is not the kind of error that's, I mean, if I submit this, it's just going to be, it's errors all up and down. 99 point some number, 99.8. Okay. So let's, again, this is part of the frustrations. Let's create this element in the green, and let's just cover it through 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, and then the height 200, 10, 11, 12, 11, sure, and then how about increase the margins to narrow that in, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 25, 96. That's poking out. 95. How about 95? Okay, so now what I am thinking is a terrible clip path, which is a terrible idea, but it might work. So we're just going to use pixels. $100 pixels, 0, comma, 100%, 100 pixels, comma, 80 pixels, 100%, comma. So this is the monstrous shape that we have at this point. So let's try and get that be where we want it to be. 80, 70. It's all just terrible. Okay, and then down 20, 30. Okay. And then that's 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40. Close. About 141 pixels down. And then how about we increase the height? Terrible. Okay, so let's do more of that. Even though, as you hear me saying, it is terrible. 0 and then what? 70 pixels. That's the rectangle. How about 69? 70, 71. Okay, how about 70 again? Alright, so we started. Those are our 4 points. But that's not the points we want, right? We would like this to describe this shape. So if we do all the way around, then we still need to make a background. So we need to have it cross over. So, down, down. So instead of to 0, 70, let's go to 50%. 50%. 160 pixels. Terrible. Okay, 160, 170. And then, how about 80 pixels, 100%. 70. Oh, we had that number, 70. That's the next number. And then what? 0, 176 pixels. Terrible. This is all terrible. I don't like any of this. This has me wanting to go back and look at my actual functional. So let's look at the first successful one I got. There's the clip path that I'm now trying to reproduce with all of the numbers, which are, terrible. So it's using calcs to optimize. So this is an approach that obviously worked, or no, it's not. It didn't work. Did it not work? Show only 100% matches. No. So yeah, we'll load that, and we'll resubmit it. So this is how I figured it out last time, and that's pretty hairy code. And what's the most recent version of that? No, the most recent working version. Here's that. Again, the clip path is the way that I did it. Now we can optimize this code a little bit. We can turn this into a paragraph tag. Boop. And then use this here. P. The margins are 0 auto. Height, width are set. Background is set. We can do rotate 45 degrees rather than a transform. And that gets us the same thing. That margin auto, so we had a 50 margin on the top. I think we could do margin 0. So if we do, what's that, width is 200, so we could do margin 0 and then margin 50, 50. No, 50, 100. Not particularly different. Or is it different? Is the auto the key thing there? Maybe. It's possible. There's a 100% match, and that is a bigger score. So I'm going to cut bait on this one. Apologies. But clearly this is one that my approach was exceedingly complex. And so it just didn't get it done. It makes me think, you know, there must be some simpler way to do this one. You know, 3 elements, but you still have to rotate everything, right? The rotate is part of this solution as well. Not super fun. Actually, very frustrating because of the 45-degree angles and the alignment issues. All right, we're going to stop there, even though that's kind of a sad one for me. Less enjoyable. All right, mountains. Now, mountains, these are triangles, right? Like, and to me, this is a fun clip path, right? So let's make a triangle. Let's make the first one. Let's see how far we get with the first one, and then the second 2 we can have be however we want. Or you know what might be fun? What if we do a display flex and 2 triangles? If we can get 2 triangles going. So let's put the background in. Enough words. Write some code. I'm going to put the color here. I'm going to say width of 40. And what I want is a display flex. Because I think that there's going to be a fun technique on this one. We can do 2 elements, and if we can align them with the one on the left and one on the right, then we can do a transform to push the last one into place, which might be on the fun side. Will it be? Let's find out. I think it will be, but you know, that's maybe hope against hope. 400. Okay. 70. 80. 75. Okay, let's make it a little taller. 105. 104. And then, well, how about? Okay, so that's what we've currently got. So let's do a. So we would like to increase the width until instead of flex width. Flex wrap rather, unwrap. And let's see. Let's increase that number until it breaks to 2. That breaks 19, 18, 17, 16. Oh, that height is what I'm doing there. Ha ha ha. 100. 100. 10, 20, 5, 6, and then it wraps. 125. So 2 at 125. I think that's a good enough number. 100. 4. 104. Okay. So let's clip path each one. polygon. 3 points, so 50% 0, 100%, 100%, 0, 100%. There's your triangles. So do they align? They almost do. They're pretty close. So let's play with our margins here and see if we can get that to behave. 99, 100, 101, 102, 103. That's pretty good. And then let's set the heights of these. 5, 6, 100, 101. That's awfully close. Awfully close. So what's off about that? All right. Could this side number be a little off? 4, 5. All right, so on the last one, when we get another one, put a B. All right, I'm going to transform that. Margin minus 100 auto. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 5. And then what if I just change the width? I was going to transform, but what if I just change the width? Width 130, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81. No, 80, and then 6. There it is. Well, it turns out I've also got an issue there with what's underneath it. So we're gonna go quick and dirty. I'm gonna do color this. Actually, we can just do box shadow. Oh, and hilariously, we can use a box shadow, 0, 100 pixels, let's say. But we can't see it. Why? Because of that clip path. Which means if we add another point for this one, so we would have to change clip path as well, unfortunately. So that's no good. Box shadow won't do it. So do we need another one? Maybe we need another one. And that creates that problem. So now we have 2. Hilarity ensues. How about just another P? Well, it ruins the whole flow. Hilarious. All right. Because I am impatient, I will do a counter gradient as the spackle to fill this in. So, and yes, I admit that is silly. Yes, you can say that's silly, Joe. Yeah, that's silly. And then the blue, 0. We say at. I don't know. Let's say what is that? 50 by 50 or something? 50 pixels, 50 pixels. There it is. And we just move that over 100 pixels. 40, 50, 60, 70, and then down 200 pixels. Too far, 170. Oh, and then a little over more. And that's it. Let's submit and see if we get 100%. Or will it be another failure? Maybe it'll be another failure. That's possible. It's a rough day. Oh, that's 99.2%. Oh, because why? Oh, because did I change the width of this? Oh, I removed the X from pixels, which would cause a problem. So that is a very silly solution. But hard to deny I got it done. I did get it done. And so I'm resubmitting with slightly condensed code. I'm going to minify. I'm going to unit replace. There's nothing, no units to replace. Submit, and we're done. So that's a lot of different ways to do this, but you could do this just with clipping path, of course. But in this case, I did it with 3 elements and a conic gradient. Too many pieces, too many moving parts. You win some, you lose some. All right, so this guy, his background is so clear. The background of these 2 circles feels so clearly like a linear gradient. So let's do that. We'll do aspect ratio 1, because we know we need a square, margin 40, auto, border radius 50%, background is a linear gradient, which is dark 50%, light 0. There's our circle. And if we make another one, I would like those. I would like to know what is the distance between them, because then I can set a top margin at a certain value. So 40. Let's get there. So is 100 the width? It looks like 100 is, we just got it as a gimme. 4, okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 65, 65. So minus 40 and 65, and then, so let's, actually, so we need to do 40, 60, 70, 70, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58, 57, and then, so what's the distance there? 60. I suppose we have a big distraction there because we don't have the background set. So let's do that. Let's get that in the position. I'm pre-optimizing, and that's, I think, a mistake. So conic gradient, same technique as the last one. The light color 75% or 270 degrees. The dark 0, and then let's move that into place. We've gone too high and too fast. 80. How about 75? Yep. And then we need an at. So we need to go over further. 6, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 63%. 200 pixels. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 250. Okay. That's what we got so far. And then the second one is flipped upside down. I didn't say that out loud. So scale is 1 minus 1 to flip it upside down. Right, so our x-axis stays the same. Our y-axis is, everything is scaled to upside down, which gets us where we would like to be. Okay, so let's change these numbers. 59. Well, let's be cavemen. Just gonna set that at 0. 40, 40, 30, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A nice even number. So 25. So what's it? 25 is the number between. So P. So this would be P. The margin of this guy would be what? 10 auto. Trying to arrive at a number 4. Interestingly, what that also implies 30, 40, 50. All right, is that a solution? Let's find out if that's a solution. So it's a distance of 50 between them, I believe. So what that means is the margin top can be 50, 50 auto 0. Or margin top 50. Okay. And then we're going to do minus 20, 0, no, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 30, 40, 30, 25. There it is. So, not the prettiest code. Width of 100. Border radius 50%. Errors are radius, and then we do the scaling, and that's all the pieces. Resubmit. And get ourselves at, and that's a better score than I've gotten in the past. So, partial success. This one. This is a new novel solution. This guy's a new novel solution, but not a particularly great one. And then this was non-success. There are certainly better ways to do this. That's okay. We'll skip it. Very enjoyable. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following along. I'm getting over my cold. Hoping to get over this again was the 26th, 27th, and 28th of October 2023. Super fun. Do CSS. CSS is fun, even though sometimes it does make us frustrated. Make something cool with CSS today. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.